Welcome everybody to Puddle Jumpers Fishing. Today I'm at Fort Indiantown Gap National Cemetery, where I'm taking part in a wreath laying ceremony for our fallen veterans. So stay tuned, watch a quick video of everyone that participates, all the Legion riders, all the big benefit groups that we do benefit rides for all year long to help our veterans out. If you know one thing from watching my channel, we support first responders and our veterans and our military. So stay tuned, and at the end of the video we're going to get involved in some fishing because one of the veterans that I've been speaking to, part of the Legions riders, let me know about a nice little pond close to this area. So after we're done here supporting our veterans, we're going to go do some bass fishing. Stay tuned.
Sergeant, United States Army. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice, sir.
Sergeant Anthony Schmelzer, U.S. Army, World War II. Thank you for your dedicated service. God bless you. God bless your family.
There you go, Scott. Missing it.
What'd you do that you have to do push-ups?
Drop the wreath.
Drop the wreath. Absolutely amazing, everyone that comes out today to honor our veterans, to make sure all of our fallen heroes have a wreath at their gravestone. Absolutely amazing thing to see. Thank you, Harry Claster, U.S. Army World War II vet, for your ultimate sacrifice. David D. Bernstein, United States Army World War II vet. Thank you, sir, for your service and your ultimate sacrifice. Absolutely beautiful sight with all these volunteers. We've gotten a wreath on almost every headstone, every marker for our fallen military. Absolutely beautiful. God bless America. This is something they do every year for our fallen veterans, fallen soldiers, fallen heroes for Christmas, and they set wreaths down. While I was there, I got to talk about my channel because I asked people to record so I could see the emotions to be proud of this amazing country that I live in, of America. So as I was talking to some of these veterans, they told me about this little pond that is kind of tucked away here in Fort Indiantown Gap. So I decided, hey, I have all my fishing gear with me like I always do, so I figured I'd come check this pond out. So here's this pond that they told me to come to. Never been here before. Have no idea if there's any fish in here. They told me that there's some big bass here in this water. So I just figured I'd get a quick look at it to decide on what I'm gonna fish with on this cold Pennsylvania winter day. It is about 33 degrees out. I know it's cold, so I'm gonna throw some slow moving baits. I might try a jerk bait depending on what's in the water. I don't know if there's a bunch of snaggy grass in here. I just have no idea. So stay tuned. Let's see what I'm going to use. See if we can catch some fish here at this place that I was told by one of this American veterans. All right, so I'm going to start out with this jig. I have a stroker crawl on it. It is a football jig. It's a football jig, stroker crawl, just to see. I'm gonna pitch around here a little bit. The water looks to be very, very clear, but with this jig, I think what I want to see mostly with this jig is there anything that I'm gonna lose a treble hook bait on? Am I gonna lose it? You know, on any submerged grass or anything like that I'm not going to be able to pull it through, because I really think that I want to try a jerk bait today. So we're going to pitch this around a little bit, see if we can catch any fish, see what we pull back on it. The water's definitely clearer than what I expected it to be. No information. I have no idea. Is that a fish? Couldn't tell. I saw the line jump there, but it's not moving. It's not moving. Thought I saw the line jump. We're gonna pitch this around and see what happens. Well, I was pulling that jig around for a while and I didn't have any luck. But the good thing is I didn't get really snagged up on a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna move on to a jerk bait. This is Shimano. This is their World Minnow. I've been giving this a test out here in these super cold conditions here in Pennsylvania since they came out. So we're gonna give her a try here at this spot and see what happens. It doesn't seem like it's very deep here. Not sure where the deep part of this pond would be, but we'll give it a try. I do want to follow along that other ridge over there, but this was closest to where I parked, so I figured I'd start here. So we'll give her a little bit of time here. What I do like is the clarity of this water. It's very clear, but it is cold today. This water temperature has definitely got to be in the low to mid 30s. So I'm sure the bass are not being very active today, but we'll see. Very, very light pops today with as cold as this water temperature is. I haven't really brought in a bunch of crap back, which is great. Last thing you want to do when it's cold out is picking a bunch of cold stuff off your treble hook baits. Love the way this casts. When I casted so far with the casting system that they have on these Shimano baits, it's just, you know, they came out early winter. It's a super tough time when the water gets cold here in Pennsylvania to catch anything. But I figure I'd give this World Minnow a good testing before springtime comes along. You know, we'll continue our test then. But why test the bait out in good conditions when you can test the bait out in cruddy conditions? So that was the first time I caught a bunch of grass there. As you can see, I can get this thing casting out really far. And I'm just changing my cadence up, 1 pop and 2 pops and 3 pops, and I'm really letting it sit there 5-10 seconds. Try to let it sit there in that fish's face. See if they'll come bite it. I don't know if you can get a kayak in this pond or if you're allowed to take kayaks in this pond. I haven't seen any signage anywhere. I did look for, oh, that was a bite there. I did look for any no fishing signs. The guys I talked to at the cemetery said that they haven't fished here in a while, so they weren't 100% sure if you could still fish here, but I didn't see no signs that said no trespassing or no fishing. I did look before I started fishing. I like to follow the rules. Not one of them guys that tries to fish where you're not supposed to. Can't say I never have, but I try not to. All right, so we made it over to the other side of the pond. I did some fishing on the other side. I didn't really have any bites. Not having any information about this pond has made it tough. I don't know exactly where the deep spots are, and with as cold as this water is today, I definitely need to find the deep water. So I came over here. We are going to work our way down this bank. It looks like there's some trees that are going to stop us down there, but I brought with me a jig, my Texas rig. I have a weightless set up for like a Cinco or potentially, I don't know, maybe a super fluke. And I also have my hard jerk bait. So, and there's a couple other things. I brought my tackle box along, you know, in case I want to try something different. But I think we're gonna run this side of the bank. It's a little bit longer of a bank than it was on the other side. You can see the Puddle jumper mobile over there sitting where I parked. So hopefully we can get some bass here. This looks like a great place to fish in the summertime. I'd have to believe that there's all kinds of, you know, good vegetation in here. This whole bank's probably just loaded with, you know, with lily pads, just by the way that it kind of is shallow, and then it really is kind of shallow. I can see, you know, 7 or 8 feet out in front of me before, you know, it looks like that the water gets a little bit deeper. So I definitely would be excited to come back here in the summertime to see if we can catch a bass. Definitely would be a little bit more comfortable than what I am now. I'm just sitting here freezing, but to have the opportunity to fish a new spot today, I wasn't going to pass it up, especially with a recommendation from one of our United States veterans. I'm pretty sure this guy was a Marine. Well, I tried the jig for a while. I did try to throw that jerk bait, that Shimano jerk bait, but I was getting caught up in too much grass, so it's time to downsize. Maybe the jig is just not what they're wanting today. Maybe it's just too big for the way that the fish are acting today. So I'm gonna downsize, go to this Texas rig, and see if that makes a difference. Definitely some grass out there, some submerged grass, more on this side. I didn't really have that issue on the other side. Maybe I was on the deeper side over there. Definitely want to come back here in the spring or summertime. See if we have any more luck. It's just so cool. Oh. See, that was a jumper. I definitely saw setting it. Nothing. I know I saw that line jump that time. He's a bluegill or something. It's tough this time of the year to even know that you have a bite. The bass, they bite so light this time of the year. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I keep my thumb on the spool. Sometimes if it's really tough, I bring my hand up on the line. Gives me a little bit more sensitivity. Sometimes I can just feel it if they put their mouth on it. Well, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You catch some days you don't catch some days. I don't care what any of these other YouTube channels say. So it was great to go to this event today. It was awesome that one of the guys, told me about this place and I can come check it out. It's only about an hour away from my house, so we're definitely going to come out here probably in the spring or summertime and break this place down a little bit better than what we can do today. It's just so cold, and I just don't think the bass are very active today.